Hey guys, Ben here from Velflex. Now this is how we do it series. We've got the AS Color puffer vest here. Now this is the women's puffer vest, comes in a men's as well, just slightly different cuts, but otherwise the same. Now guys, we're showing you these because these are amazing vests to wear, but they're not cheap vests either, they're really good quality. So we want to make sure that when you're pressing, follow a couple of these things that we're going to take you through to make sure that you get the perfect application and we don't have any disappointed customers. Now guys, this is 100% recycled polyester fabric, okay? 80% down, 20% feather. It's nice and warm, that sort of thing. It's a good old puffer vest, right, okay? So a couple of things to think about when pressing a vest like this. 100% recycled polyester. Now this is a black. We're gonna be pressing Ultra Color Max onto it today, which is a DTF transfer. But if I was pressing a transfer onto this, it was a customer of ours and we were choosing which transfer, guys, I'm gonna recommend to you that you really consider something like what we call a dye blocker. Now, on this particular sample, on the right-hand side, there is blocker, on the left-hand side, there's not. And if I flip it over, you can see what I'm talking about. So guys, this side closest to my hand has a blocker on the back of it. This is what we call a dye blocker. This is from the Ultra Color Pro range, okay? So this is not a straight DTF transfer. This is a hybrid digital screen print. And the only reason I'm saying to consider that, guys, when you're pressing something like this, recycled polyester, you're not necessarily going to know whether there's any dye migration that comes through your transfer today or tomorrow, but it may happen in weeks' time, a bit like soft shell and things like that. So guys, real consideration for you first off is picking the right transfer for pressing something like this. If I was doing a premium garment like this, look at potentially going for that pro range of transfer with a blocker behind it, okay? Now, next thing to think about, okay, this is a puffer vest. So when we're gonna press it, we're going to do a pre-press, one, because we wanna make sure that we can sort of compress it down first so that we can make sure we don't get any creases and things like that under the transfer. But also we wanna make sure that we get heat in there and we do a shorter application because this will heat up really quickly, okay? So what we don't wanna do is burn the transfer or burn the jacket itself or the vest itself, okay? So let's get to it. Guys, we're gonna put a front left chest on, so we're gonna slide on. Tell you what, I'll do it over this side. Using the Hotronics Dual Air Fusion today, we're just gonna slide it on. We've got that threadability, okay? Pulling it forward. Now, as you can see, guys, you can see the puffiness in the actual vest itself. When you press this and it squeezes down all of the down and feather that's on the inside, you're squeezing all of the air out. So you can see it's compressed down and then it'll slowly puff back up. Something for you to consider if you're pressing with a manual press, okay, manual pull down. When you pull it down, it's gonna feel very firm to start with. You've got to keep pulling it down and letting that air get out until you've squashed it right down. A bit like trying to squeeze air out of a mattress, okay? You've sort of got to apply that pressure down, keep squeezing it until you get that firm pressure. With a pneumatic, we've obviously set it to a particular pressure that we want and it'll keep pushing it down until it gets that pressure and squeezes all the air out of it. Now, a couple other things that we've got to think about with this vest here. We've got some pockets, okay, that's not a problem. But this zip here, now, we want to, again, this is a good quality vest. We want to just make sure that we cover that up so that we don't have any issues. And we could just use a little bit of cotton, just like this, okay? And what you do is you just take it and just literally lay it like that, just covering up the zip. Now, in all truth, zip probably be totally fine under the plate and press and you won't have any damage. But you know what, you don't want to take a risk on a garment like this that's worth as much as it is. You want to make sure that this is a perfect press every time. So I wouldn't be taking any risks. I'd cover that up as well. Before we cover it up, let's get the transfer on there, do the pre-press, okay? So we'll do the pre-press, then we'll put the transfer on. So we can just cover it up over the top, just like this, no probs at all. Bring it across. Now, this is a 3-second application, okay? And you can see how it squeezed all the air out, okay? And we're just gonna have a quick look, okay? Now see this here, guys. See how we've got a couple of little creases and things, see through here, see how it's creased in when it's squeezed all the air out, okay? Cool. Just by simply doing the pre-press, you can see where that's happened. And then we make sure that we put a transfer where there's no creases like this, okay? Now we're gonna do Ultracolor Max here, which is a DTF transfer. We're gonna place it right here, guys. Now, when I place the fabric down, I'm only gonna cover up the zip. I'm not wanting to cover up the actual transfer itself. And I'm just gonna put it right there, covering up that zip. Cool, bring it across. Now I'm gonna do a 7-second press. Again, we're not wanting to do like a full 10 seconds or anything like that. We've done a 3-second pre-press. Okay, it's gonna come up, it's gonna move out of the way. Cool. Now, little thing to have a look at. See this here, see how we've got this bubbling happening? Okay, and we've got a bubble running through here, and we've got a bubble running through here. This plastic was perfectly flat before we pressed. What this tells me is we've got a little bit of shrinkage happening with this particular fabric, okay? When the application of the transfer is happening, the fabric is shrinking underneath, and this plastic that's on top, it doesn't want to shrink, so the only way that it can handle the shrinking fabric is to create these folds and these bubbles as it waves through the plastic, okay? Now, what this is gonna do is cause inconsistent application and peeling. Now, I'm gonna peel this transfer here and show you, right? Okay, now it's peeled fine, but I would run a real risk of edges along the text here, all along the text here, okay? If I was to do, say, 100 of these, I could very well peel and have one of these letters lift up. And the reason being is you can see it in the plastic. See how this plastic has lifted up through here and through here? That lifting of the plastic, that raising of the plastic, tries to also pull the transfer off the fabric when it does it, okay? And it just creates little edges that have lifted up and little edges that haven't stuck down to the fabric as well as they should. And if you've got tiny little detail like dots and things like that, okay, can cause you real inconsistencies in application. And you might press 10 transfers, but 2 of them fail or 2 of them don't peel properly and you've got to press them down for a second time, that sort of thing. So really important when you see this, how to stop it. What you need to do is, we gave this a 3-second pre-press, okay? So our pre-press was really just to press it down, see where the creases were, get some heat into it, but then we did a 7-second application. What we need to do is increase our pre-press time, so go for like a 5, 6, 7-second pre-press, okay, which is much longer. But by doing that 5, 6, 7, say 7-second pre-press, the shrinkage of the fabric's gonna happen before we put the transfer on. Then when we do the transfer, again, 7 seconds, okay, you'll find that this plastic doesn't shrink because the fabric has already pre-shrunk in that first application when we did the stabilization. So guys, that's a good one for me to have seen and shown you guys. Okay, think about that. So the 100% recycled polyester vest here that we've got does shrink a little bit under the heat. So make sure that you give it a good pre-press. Like I said, good 7 seconds, okay? Guys, what we can do, because that lifted just slightly and I did have that shrinking, I'm gonna give it another just quick little post-press. Okay, we're gonna go 2 seconds here, just a quick one, just like that. There we go. And what that's done is made sure that any of those edges that may have lifted have been pushed down really well into the fabric. Taking that away, we've got no issues with our zip whatsoever. Slide it off. There we go. That's how it'd be worn, just like that. Guys, that's how you would press one of the puffer vests by AS Color. Really good quality vest, but key to it, the 100% recycled polyester does shrink a little bit under the press, so make sure if you're doing a 7-second application, you do a 7-second pre-press just to get that shrinkage to happen in the first pre-press, and then your application will go really, really smoothly. Cheers, guys.